You know what? People out here think they know how the mind works. They think they understand themselves, understand what's inside their head. Nah, they're wrong, man. Dead wrong. You want to be more than just another sucker in the crowd? Then you've got to control your mind. I'm not talking some weak, soft ass believe in yourself or positive vibes. Nah, that's for the sheep. I'm talking about taking full control over your brain, mastering every thought that runs through your head, turning your subconscious into a damn weapon. Your mind is the one thing that separates you from everyone else. Every single one of these fools out there is just moving like robots programmed by the system, by their parents, teachers, society. They're out here chasing that weak-ass dream they've been sold since birth. But you? Nah, you ain't a puppet. You don't get in line like those dumb sheep. You've got to become more than human. Bro, a machine, a beast, a monster. You've got to hack your mind the way I hack networks. You ever stop and think how much power is sitting inside your skull? Everything you've been taught since you were a kid, everything those weak-ass voices told you, it's a lie. Man, they told you that you can't do this, you can't do that. Told you there are rules. The rules? Rules are for the weak. Rules are for those who want to stay in line, get patted on the head, and die without ever tasting real power. You know how the system works. They keep you down because they're scared. They don't want you knowing the truth. You ever notice how they try to keep the mind under wraps? How they pump you full of distractions and entertainment? Yeah, bro, that's intentional. They're scared because they know once you control your mind, you're unstoppable. The system can't control you once you've taken control of your own brain. Here's the deal. The mind? Limitless. You've got the universe between your ears, sitting there, waiting for you to take control, to bend it to your will. But most of you are too soft to do it. You let fear, doubt, and all that other weak-ass noise get in the way. You let the voices in your head run wild, tell you what to do. That's not how it works. Your mind ain't supposed to control you, you're supposed to control. You want to know how I became what I am? It wasn't luck. It wasn't because I was smarter or more talented than these weak sheep. No, man. It was because I reprogrammed myself. I hacked my own mind. Every single day I tore down the lies they fed me and built something stronger, something that can't be broken. That's how you become unbeatable, bro. Not by following their rules, but by making your first thing you gotta do, you gotta kill the fear. Fear is a virus, bro. Spreads through your mind, infects your thoughts, and holds you back. It's the first line of defense the system puts up. It makes you hesitate. It makes you doubt yourself. You can't afford that. You gotta look that fear dead in the eye and crush. Because once you take fear out of the equation, there's nothing stopping you. You're free. You're unleashed. You want to talk about power? Real power isn't money or status or some nonsense like that. Real power comes from knowing that your mind is bulletproof, knowing that nothing can break you. You could lose everything, but as long as your mind's intact, you're still on top. It's about building a mind so sharp that nothing can touch it. No emotion, no fear, no doubt, just raw control. And the subconscious? Let me tell you something about the subconscious. Bro, that's the real boss. That's where the magic happens. Most of these weak-ass sheep out here don't even know it, but their subconscious is running the show, is controlling everything they do. And you know what the worst part is? They ain't even in control of. They just let it run on autopilot, following whatever they've been programmed with since day one. But not you, right? Not you're different, better. You gotta program that yourself. You gotta take control of your subconscious, feed it the right code, and make it work for you. Your subconscious is like a machine. Once you feed it the right commands, it will do whatever the hell you want. You don't even have to think about. It'll just. You'll move through the world like a ghost, unstoppable, unshakable, and completely in control. You want to be a monster, a real monster, then you need to get that. On lockdown, you need to train your mind. Every day, you need to drill it, push it, beat the hell out of it until it bends to your will. This ain't no one-time thing, bro, it's a lifestyle. You gotta wake up every day and put in the work. You gotta break down every weakness inside of you, every doubt, every piece of weakness they tried to plant in your head. You tear that down and replace it with strength. 'Cause here's the thing, once you've taken control of your mind, once you've reprogrammed that beast to work for you and not against you, there's nothing you can't do. That's what makes you a monster. Beast. It's not your size, not your skills, not your money, it's your mind. You can make happen what other people only dream of. You can push through pain, through fear, through anything, because your mind has been turned into a weapon. This ain't for the weak, though. This ain't for the people who want to sit back and be comfortable. Comfort is the enemy. Comfort makes you weak. You gotta get used to living in chaos, to thriving in the storm. You gotta train yourself to love the struggle, to love the grind. 'Cause that's where the real power is, bro. The mind doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in pain, in chaos, in the fire. So stop running from. Embrace that. Feed off. You know who wins in this world? The one who can keep going when everyone else breaks. The one who can stare into the abyss and smile because he knows he's stronger than whatever the hell is coming his way. That's the mindset you need, bro. You need to build a mind that's indestructible, unbreakable, one that doesn't flinch, doesn't waver, doesn't hesitate. And yeah, man, it's gonna be hard, but who gives a damn? You think anything worth having comes easy? No, man. Easy is for suckers. Easy is for the weak. You want real power? Real control? You gotta earn it. You gotta dig deep, go to places inside your mind you never even knew existed. You gotta rip out the old programming, the lies, the weak ass thoughts they stuffed into your head, and replace that with raw, unfiltered power. You gotta be the architect of your own mind. You gotta build it up from scratch, brick by brick, until it's a fortress that nothing and no one can penetrate. And once you do that, once you've achieved that level of control, you become unstoppable. You become the monster you were always meant to be. And here's the kicker, most of the world ain't ever gonna get. They'll look at you like you're crazy, like you're some kind of freak. Good, let them. They're scared of people who break the mold. They're scared of the ones who don't follow the rules. You don't need their approval, their validation. You ain't here to be liked. You're here to be feared, respected, and unstoppable. You don't fit in because you're on a different level, bro. Let them stay in their safe little box while you rewrite the script. But don't think for 1 second that just because you've hacked your mind, the battle's over. Nah, man, it's only just started. Face new challenges, new enemies. The world doesn't stop throwing punches just because you learned how to dodge them. So what do? You get back in the ring every single day, ready to knock out anything that stands in your way. You gotta be relentless. You gotta be ruthless. Control doesn't mean complacency. Control means constant evolution. And here's the most important thing, the secret that separates the monsters from the rest. Once you control your mind, you control everything. Reality starts bending to your will. The things you want, the goals you've set, they stop being dreams and they start becoming real. You make that happen because your mind is laser focused on one thing, domination. The universe has no choice but to fall in line when you've reprogrammed your subconscious to be that sharp. You're not just living anymore, you're creating. That's what real power looks like. That's the level you need to be on. So stop messing around, man. Stop letting the system, the world, or anyone else tell you who you are or what you can do. Take control. Control your mind. Program it to win. Program it to dominate. Program it to be a monster. 'Cause once you do that, ain't no stopping you.